good, y'all? I'm Sabray, aka Sweet Baby Bray, aka Make a Nigga Pay, aka Never Too Late to the Bag.
You done? I'm Yada.
You know what the fuck time it is.
I'm Mira Alexandra.
And this is No Disclaimers Podcast, the best show in the DMV, ladies and gentlemen. And today we have a very special guest. Her name is Amira. Okay, Amira, introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are and all that good stuff.
It's Amira, period, Alexandra on Instagram.
So me and I go way back. We went to high school together. Okay, shout out to Wise High School. Okay, should I add in the other way that I know you?
You can tell them.
Whoa.
Okay, I used to date her brother back in the day. All right. Now,
Freaky.
as for the show, okay? Shout out to Greg. That's my nigga still.
Are you glad that that's over, or are you?
I didn't really. I wasn't that involved.
Or do you miss her?
I like her. I like most of them. That's not crazy.
This is no disclaimer. You can tell the truth.
I did. I
You
wouldn't
can
be
totally
here.
tell the truth.
Yeah, and so that's when we move on to something else. All right. So just to get into our guests, just briefly, like I said, me and Mimi go way back. So what is your dating situation like right now? Because I know we about to get up all of your business real quick. We have to get to know. We have to get to know our guests.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
It's cute.
How do you describe something that's not like official?
You
I
don't.
mean, it is
You
what
don't.
it is.
Yeah.
What's understood don't gotta be explained.
How do you say that this
How do
week,
you?
but when
How
No, I'm
do you
being
end something
sarcastic.
that's not official? Like, do y'all just be like, okay?
I don't want to deal with you anymore. Like, I mean, it's not. It's still kind of a breakup.
No.
So what if someone's like, I don't want to deal with you anymore, but then they still harassing you about like everything when you move, like, okay, we're not dealing with each other anymore, then you're in trouble.
Well, you're not really like, no, if you cut them off, they cut. Like, it's you could break up with somebody who you're not officially with, just like you could break up with somebody you are officially
All right,
with.
well, we're going to have to pause that real quick because we got my motherfucking man.
Ab said
All
shit I ain't ever
so
understood.
he might not be shit, okay, nowhere else.
There's a little less
But
I'm being backdoored. Somebody
Hold
said
on.
I'm being backdoored.
But we fuck with him, okay? The last time he was here, he got all the New York thotties up in they got all the New York thotties
Come
that
on,
had their
Sabrina,
little
don't
panties
lie.
in a bunch because of what he had to say. Ladies and gentlemen, this is
Already, you just sat down.
this is the male version of me, just a little bit ugly. His name is Joel.
A little bit.
You've seen him before. Adjust your mic for me, Joel, a little bit.
I didn't know I was on the show today.
Talking to
Yeah.
the mic.
I thought you said I was just
Talking to the mic.
Welcome.
Freaky.
Dave
was
said
coming
he's
for
not.
support.
He didn't really want to do this. So I was like, all right, if Joel gets here in time enough, then yeah.
walked in literally 2 seconds apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I had to use the bathroom, so he came down first.
Okay, we're not about to do this, okay? Because we got all these people listening to our audio, our wonderful sounds and stuff. I know they love my voice, so I'm gonna keep it going for them. All
Look,
right?
ain't nobody
So-
trying your voice but Eugene. Calm down.
Hey, Eugene.
The loser.
Yeah.
Medium ugly niggas do not win. Well, yes, they do. Never mind. Okay.
Medium ugly niggas
You're
win
right.
all day. All they gotta do is
You're
have some
right.
money. You feel me? And they right there.
I'm here for the medium ugly niggas.
Thank you.
The
Yeah.
cute niggas, they got too much they like girls. They got too much. They be like, oh, I don't need you.
Yeah,
Bye.
Joe. I know. Hashtag
No,
can't
I don't
relate.
want.
So-
I don't want medium ugly. I like just a dab, just a pinch, where it's like
So
if
you
you
wanna
make a
be
certain
If they
face,
too
it's
cute,
like,
they got too many standards about themselves.
So you don't want a man with standards?
I do, but it gets annoying.
Look, there's only
Damn.
one bad. There's only one bad bitch in my
Explain.
relationships,
Exactly.
and it's me.
It's me.
So yeah,
That is-
Oh my God, I don't want only children, and I don't want the baby child.
Oh,
I get it.
Cause I'm a big brat, and we just gonna have a big brat off, and it's not gonna work.
well, at least she's
I'm
letting you guys
learning.
know her flaws in the beginning. She's like, bitch,
You,
I'm
you,
not
you
changing
lay this on the
them.
table?
No, but I'm just learning as I go, like what's not working for me.
Okay.
Trial
Well,
and error. I respect it.
Back to what we were talking about as far as Valentine's Day situations. What you got planned, Joel? I know you got some type of extravagant dinner, vacation, some wild shit going on.
Wow, he laughed.
Yeah.
He scoffed.
Joel is like real sweet like that. He loved that type of shit.
I am a
He like
sweetheart.
that. He like that
But
romantic shit. What you got going on, Joel?
What on Sundays?
exactly. Today's
It's
I'm
Monday
Monday.
as
I'm
fuck.
tripping.
What you want to do?
I ain't doing nothing. Matter of fact, I'm taking myself out. Self-care day for me.
I'm here for that. I
I'm
like
taking
that.
myself out to a good dinner. I'm gonna go
Me
call
too.
up the massage lady that come to your house. Get a massage.
Get your
for
Lonely Hearts
myself.
Club ass.
All right.
on some
That's
goddamn
fine.
thing.
Hey, I ain't got no hoes.
Anyway, that's what I see what you're doing. I see what
What
you're
am I
doing
doing?
there. I see exactly what you're doing.
Shameless
All right.
plug.
I ain't got no hoes.
So, fellas, Mimi is single. You know, she don't want to.
She like, hold up, I didn't say all that.
Younger. You said that.
I said,
No,
I'm
she said it's
confused.
complicated. She didn't say all that. You didn't
Man,
see. You done
fuck
got
that.
this lady.
She's single.
You done got this lady in trouble.
What do
I'm
you
being
call
backdoored.
it? How do you
Somebody
not?
said they trying to backdoor you.
How do you?
When y'all was asking me that question earlier.
Freaky.
No, not like that. Not, ma'am.
Yo.
Not
Okay.
that backdoor.
Y'all freaky.
Oh,
You trying to backdoor
okay,
that
got
joint.
you. I don't think that's appropriate for right now, but I feel you.
Like that
Okay.
kind of show.
Let's move on. Okay, I know we were talking about before we
Somebody
started
said,
airing.
is he single?
No,
Oh, why would-
Oh,
My
no.
heart is taken.
Obviously.
His heart is taken.
I told you that's why he
can't
got
go to
Valentine's Day plans.
Valentine.
Put that,
Nah, I
adjust
don't.
that mic to you better.
I don't got Valentine's Day
Yeah,
plans. I'm
niggas can't hear
serious.
you.
Yeah, you can't. You real low.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
You talking to the mic.
All right. So before we started airing, y'all and Mimi were talking about how guys feel like they have to have everything all the way together before they have a girlfriend or whatever. So talk about that real quick.
Yeah. I mean, well, I feel like Mimi kind of brought it up.
I feel like
About-
guys think
yeah.
that like, oh no, we'll just wait. I'm not ready. Guys will wait 10 years to marry you because they're not financially ready. Guys will not want you to have kids because they're not financially ready. And it's just like, you're never going to be fully financially ready for anything, any life change.
Right. Like, what do you define? How is ready defined? Like, how much money do you feel like you need to be sitting on before you can have a wife and kids? Like, I mean,
Okay, you already know where I stand. I mean,
Where you stand? I would love to hear it.
I agree with all the guys out there who are waiting for their finances to be in order, for their life to be in order. Kudos to you, because you should not be getting into no marriage, which is a business agreement, business arrangement, having children. If you don't have the finances, why would you plan to have children? Like, what kind of economic conditions are you going to leave them in?
so right, I don't think it's an issue of somebody wanting to be prepared. It's what is prepared. You have to define that. There has to be some sort of parameter on that. Otherwise, you're winging it indefinitely, and nobody wants to walk blind. Like, I feel like I understand a dude wanting to have his shit together because I want to have my shit together, going into a marriage, making a family, all that. But it's like, what's together? Like, you could. That's how you string people along for a decade, because you're just like, well, I'm not ready because I'm not this, I'm not that.
You're
It's
never gonna be
I don't
ready.
have $10,000, then you get 10. Oh, I don't have $20,000, then you get 20. I don't have 30. Like, when is it going to be enough?
No.
Because you know what I'm saying, you could be up to date down tomorrow. Anything can change. So at what point is it comfortable enough for you to fucking go ahead and make this shit real?
That varies by the person. I feel like you ask that man what is enough, and if he say I don't know, then that's
wanna
another
ask the man
issue.
that's here?
You don't
Right,
have no
that's what
real
I mean.
plans.
It's like
You don't
I feel like a
So-
lot of niggas don't be having no real
Real
direction
plans,
or
yeah.
plan when they say that. They just
They
say it
just be saying
because
that shit sound
it
good.
sounds
They tryna
good.
stall you.
And I feel like you also need to be actively working towards it. What you got to say, Joelle?
I'll be
Because I know you over
completely
here.
fucking honest.
Okay,
That's
go ahead.
bullshit. It is bullshit. If a man wants to be with you, he makes it happen.
He gonna do that shit.
It ain't all of that is
Okay.
bullshit. I could honestly say I was the guy that was the bullshit.
This was a fist bump moment.
Oh yeah, we got to blow that shit up too. You gotta blow it up. Blow it up.
That's
You
it.
gotta blow
It
that
comes
up.
with maturity. to
Yeah,
be
that's
honest.
bullshit. You literally just saying that for excuse. Let's be honest. And like just say that. Like, listen, I don't really see us going that far. Like I'm transparent God right now. I
Yeah.
gotta be super transparent. What do you want from me right now? Nothing. Let's just be cool. Like, I don't want nothing major. We don't gotta fuck.
Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, like
Now that I respect, I understand that the honesty of just being upfront, like, look, this is what I want with you, or this is what I don't want with you, whatever. But what about the men who are like, I want to build something? I understand that as the foundation of this relationship or marriage, I have to be financially secure. If I cannot lead you financially, how am I going to lead you otherwise? And the male is supposed to be the leader of the relationship. If you need a minute to save or to get out of debt, do that.
Hold on real quick. If y'all in the live, feel free to comment. We'll read your comments. I know
Somebody,
people wanna
somebody
chime
said
in.
niggas know what they want. They know when they want it. All that other shit. All that wild, dumb bullshit.
Wild dumb bullshit is
All that
getting
is
your
wild, dumb
finances
bullshit.
together before
it's-
you get married or get into a...
I get what you're saying, Sabre, but I feel like there's levels. So I feel like there's a nigga who's just completely completely falling apart. He ain't about shit. He ain't building shit. He not working towards shit. That's different because it's like, who really wants to date that guy? It's like, you don't even know what direction you're going in. But we talking about, you know what I'm saying? I feel like coming into a relationship with me, you need to be at a level of stability where you're not check to check. You're not, or you're not, you know what I'm saying? It's not a everyday, you're kind of wondering if you're going to make
relationships that's not even ready for relationships. They are not stable at all. They're not doing.
And I don't want no part.
Like you, right? But
I'm not marrying no nigga with no student loan debt. I'm sorry. I'm not marrying no nigga and no financial.
That's half the population right there.
That's like like
I think that's a little.
I'm not struggling with no man.
But my thing is, I have student loan debt. I'm not struggling. Like everyone with student loan debt doesn't have to struggle.
I'm not marrying a person with a certain amount of debt.
I mean, I feel like if they have the means to pay that, then they got the means to pay that. I feel you to a certain degree, but I just feel like
some
you ain't gotta feel me.
I feel like the
80,000.
I feel like the misconceptions on that 80,000 is what's allowing him to make 150,000. I feel like if you have the means, if you're not trying to defer that motherfucker for the rest of your life, like I have a student loan debt and I'm not struggling by any means, so I can't necessarily say that one guarantees the other. And I mean,
I saw your Louis bag, so.
Chill off me. I don't got no Louis bag.
So there's a difference between
good luck
struggling and then, like I said, a certain amount of debt. I'm just not doing it. I don't got it, so I can say that I'm not. It's not like I got my doctorates and got 100,000 or 80K or something in debt, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, I can't marry nobody with no debt. So I mean, I'm just like,
But if he got his own money to manage that, why is that your problem?
It's if he has his own money to manage that. What do you consider? Explain what manage means.
Meaning, like, he's paying that with no problem. He's not behind. His debt is current.
He's not struggling.
He's not struggling. He's handling it with no problem.
You can still do dinner every week.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not hindering his lifestyle. I don't see like why that would be anybody else's problem. Like, I can see if it's you got to choose between paying that loan and eating dinner tonight. I feel you, but it's like if you holding your own, like I don't know.
What if he's paying 3 months in advance? Like he's okay.
Like
those are outliers though, because how many people with a whole bunch of debt who lives a certain lifestyle that is taking care of their stuff like that?
I don't know.
I don't really be in people's business, so.
I don't feel like it's
a little debt. I understand it's normal. I understand. I'm talking about that mountain of you paying a whole mortgage and that doesn't free up. It takes up a lot of your disposable income and a couple of your comfortability. Your ability to be comfortable.
Well, from a realistic standpoint, nobody's student loans are draining them to the point where that's the case, because when it
I know some people with some
when it comes to that though, that's when you got to go and you got to reapply for your income driven. It's other payment options. So if you going standard, then I mean your standard payment might be some ridiculous shit. I'm not gonna hold you, but it's like that's the point where you go ahead and you apply for whatever.
Don't a person's debt become your debt when you get married?
You can. My dad was just telling me about that. Some people make. It's marriage is a business. You can choose not to. Like,
it's funny. I had this conversation.
It can, but it's not a guarantee.
Oh, okay.
This girl I know, husband, had child support, and they was taking her checks.
Oh yeah, child support is different.
I said,
though, because
wait, what? They was garnishing her checks because they got married.
Yeah, because it's household. No, child support is different because they count household income for that. So it's like when it comes to certain things, it may not apply towards a household income. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into the student loan situation. I was talking about that with my friends too.
They was talking about Chrissy and Jim Jones and why they didn't get married. I said, you see all the shit he got going on?
That ain't why.
Stupid.
That ain't why.
That's probably not at the top of the list, but that would have been me. Like,
that ain't why at all. She proposed to him. That is not why they're not married, girl.
That's a whole nother conversation
at this point,
you got on your ashy ass knee for that man. I be damned. Be damned.
So today is a national holiday, is it not, or is it just a regular federal holiday? Whatever. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. All right. What did y'all do with y'all time off?
I didn't even know I was off. How you know?
Were you not off today?
Wow, you all in my business.
Yada was off and she did shit. Okay.
I didn't really do nothing.
Everybody don't need to know where I was at today. You know what I'm saying? Like that's let that be my business. You know, that be my business.
And Joelle, I know this is not your day off.
This is my day off.
Okay, well, what did you do?
I drove here to this podcast because I was in New York enjoying my day off.
All right, got you.
Had my 4-day weekend.
Okay, bet. All right, y'all know what Sean is doing today. Sean is not with us. Shout out to Sean, a.k.a. Sunny M. Hoffa on Instagram and Twitter.
A.k.a. Tony Loke.
I don't know about that, but Sean won't be here today because he's working on his mixtape, okay? Jay-Z got you old niggas thinking that you can be 50, a 50-year-old rapper.
Oh, no.
Okay?
What we not about to do?
Yes, we doing it. We're doing it.
My man want to put another tape out. If my man want to put another tape, did you crank legit? Did you crank legit?
I should have done
Because
it as an intro.
Because I was on it.
Yeah.
Did you crank legit? Because I was on it.
But
See how
I'm
you
just
do us?
letting y'all know this is why
she
he
do us?
missed the episode. Because he's recording a fucking
She don't
mixtape.
support it. Studio time got come when the studio got
2
time
Chainz
for
got
you.
y'all fucked up.
You know what? You ain't supporting us for real. You know what I'm saying? We put
I was about to say, I thought you was like so pro-black. You should be supporting us black men.
drag my good man out here putting out good music.
That's crazy. You out of line.
All right. See, when we don't never got no theme song, that's why. We won't support Sean.
Hey, yo, shout out to Nucci. Nucci posted Ben that does the theme song. That nigga dragging his ass. But he's working on, he's a young man who's legitimately working on
we
his
not
rap.
doing it, bro, like that.
His raps. Yeah, no, we doing it. We doing it. All right, so
My man, dirty.
speaking of Jay-Z, though, there were some. So Jay-Z and Yo Gotti started a lawsuit against the Mississippi Correctional Department. The inmates are like living in squalor. They are living in inhumane conditions. Dying. I think like 5 men died in this month so far, this year so far. And it's unconstitutional. They are like sleeping on the floor where rats are crawling all on them. And the Mississippi failed to fund the prisons, and that caused them to be understaffed and more dangerous. And I just want to know, like, one, what y'all think about it, and two, why are people not talking about this? Because I remember when the illegal immigrants were at the border in those concentration camps or whatever the fuck camps, and people, like, you had celebrities here and there like talking about how this is an injustice and all of this, and they weren't even U.S. citizens, you know what I mean? But you don't hear that same energy, that same outcry for like our men.
I can tell you why. Because for one, it's in fucking backwards ass Mississippi. 2, it's criminals, and a lot of people have dehumanized criminals because they're in prison, so they don't look at them like that. 2, 3, a lot of this type of stuff will fall through the cracks for a while because I'm only recently hearing about this. This is not something I've heard, and people just swept. You know, shit like this will get swept under the rug because it's blatant wrongdoing. When it came to the immigrants, you know what really got that notoriety? Those children. So it was like when it became highlighted that it's like these children are suffering, these children are some kids are dying in these camps, these kids are getting snatched from their parents are getting deported, they just adopting these kids like it's nothing. They handing them kids out like Uno cards. So it's like, I think that's what really got people's attention, and it's not to justify, it's more to just explain it from my perspective.
Well, let me just say that kids are affected by the men who are being mass incarcerated as well. So if you really gave a fuck about kids, you would care about the black kids who their fathers are being taken from, some for good reasons, some for illegitimate reasons, and we know how the system is. And kids were affected like that, then it's like, what you're saying, I can understand that people dehumanize criminals and stuff like that, but aren't illegal immigrants doing something illegal? I mean, they are criminals as well.
Yeah, but you already know it's levels. There's levels. It's always going to be levels. That's the reality. It's always going to be levels because people look at immigration almost like a noble crime. It's like you came here for better opportunities. Like, no, that's how they look at it. They don't look at it like, oh, you breaking the law. They look at niggas in prison. They automatically assume, you know what I'm saying? Oh, these niggas are in prison. You know, they did some wild shit. That's the assumption. Yeah. That's just, you know what I'm saying? It could go either way. They could be some wrongful shit, or they could have did some wild shit. I don't try to assume either way. But I think that when it comes to like, people look at immigration like, oh, it's like, oh, they came here because they wanted, you know, they were trying to escape persecution. They were trying to escape poverty in their own country, and they came over here to do X, Y, and Z. Still a crime nonetheless, but it's levels.
Either way, they need to do something for them men.
But the thing about that is, even though you could be in jail for a ticket, technically you just categorized as, well, you in jail.
Yeah. Well, you ain't gonna be in jail for a ticket. You're gonna be in jail for a failure to appear.
It's still.
It's rooted from the chicken should have took your ass to court.
You know what they would say? He could have been having his kid could be dying. It could be multiple. I know people that was in jail for like the biggest bullshit, and they was treated crazy. And it's like they'd be out in 2 days, but their 2 days was hell.
Yeah. Like, you at the county though. You know how that go. Filthy.
I wouldn't be so upset about it if our people weren't specifically targeted for these type of things more than anybody else. We are disproportionately criminalized since slavery was abolished, and it's no different from today. And we are the ones who are going to suffer the most. So I hope that Jay-Z and Yo Gotti are successful in getting some justice for those men, because regardless of the crime or if they committed a crime or whatever, they are U.S. citizens, and we do have a constitution, and they should not be in those type of like inhumane like conditions. That's just really fucked up. They're treating them worse than animals, because if it was like a fucking kennel or like the fucking zoo or whatever,
so much press.
Dog,
Well,
are you fucking
I
kidding
don't even
me?
think the citizenship has anything to do with it. I feel like realistically, because it's illegals in them prisons too. At the end of the day, just because somebody's in prison don't mean you treat them like fucking like you still
right.
gotta come on. That's cruel and unusual.
Like cattle.
Absolutely.
Like
That's
there's
exactly it's like cattle.
that shit is
Yeah.
disgusting though. Like it's black mold in there. It's all types of flooding and feces
all
and
types of shit,
bacteria
man.
everywhere. Like how do you just
That
let
shit get
this
me
rock?
so fucking like heated. 'Cause
And you feel like because they've been convicted of crimes that does like the hey look, tax dollars pay for these prisons. So it's like
yeah.
really?
I saw that something about Kodak Black. He's being like mistreated in jail as well. So let's not forget about our brothers and sisters who are in the system like that. Like I said, 5 prisoners were killed.
I'm surprised you
this
stood up
month.
for him.
Kodak, I fuck with Kodak.
Considering his comments, that's
I mean,
interesting.
yeah, but I look at him like a little slow
He's from
kid.
Florida.
He's definitely
he's
slow.
from
He don't know
now.
no, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I
different
don't-
level of
I ain't
retard
giving that
out
nigga no
there.
pass.
Yeah.
Honest,
It's a different
everything he
level.
says, he don't
I
know
ain't
no.
giving
I
that
have
nigga
respect.
no
I-
pass.
He's so young. I have a small like
He ain't that fucking
space in my heart for Kodak. I really sympathize with him.
How y'all
though.
feel about NBA YoungBoy?
He ain't that
What about
Who?
him?
I don't know that nigga.
I don't know if y'all realize this. If you pay attention to any Louisiana artists, Kevin Gates, Lil Wayne, NBA YoungBoy, all of them are it's something off with them. Like they don't
can't
have
help,
it all.
they get it on,
Yeah,
that's
they
just how
don't
it
have it
is.
all.
It's
Like
the herpes.
Louisiana, whatever's going on.
the herpes.
It's the
Oh.
herbs.
I think it's the
It's the
herpes.
herbs. It might be the
They
herbs.
don't. They
heard
don't
it's
got
the
it all.
It might be the herbs.
This is weird. I don't be knowing these people. Like I've never heard a single NBA YoungBoy song. I've never. I don't.
The hood rat, y'all don't know that?
First of all, who? Don't disrespect me because I'm not above smacking the shit out you. I'm ending this
Alright.
live because nobody's in it anymore.
Okay, in honor of DMV
Oh, it had
news for the
18
day.
people.
Y'all, we're not doing this right now. So in honor of a DMV news segment that we're gonna do for the day, because it's just so much. Like I don't even think we officially have a DMV segment, but we will today because it's so much going on. All right. So for the first thing, well, first of all, today on MLK Day, there's been a state of emergency issued earlier in Virginia because the white supremacists wanted to have this gun rally. So shout out to our listeners from VA, but if you wonder why we don't go there, it's because of shit like that.
And they can't drive.
No
They
bullshit.
cannot drive.
That is very true.
If I have to
Calm
drive
down.
anywhere and it's going through Virginia, I go around it.
No
I hate
bullshit.
Virginia that bad.
Calm down.
But on shit like
from
today,
here.
when they doing like gun rallies, let's not be on our phone too much because it don't.
I'm
look
trying to
right on
pull up my
camera.
topics. So I had to get off live.
Okay, yeah. So the thing about Virginia and these fucking gun rallies and stuff like that, Virginia, I don't know. We got to get them off the V. We just got to be the DM because shit like that just be getting me so fucking sick.
What they do to
Just
you?
the DM.
The D
Yeah,
don't
the
want
DM.
us. We gotta just be M.
What they do to you?
The fucking white supremacists doing a gun rally in Virginia
us
on
started.
MLK Day, that's disrespectful as fuck.
I'm getting started.
I mean,
Yes, it's disrespectful. They know what they doing.
I mean, niggas can carry out there too, though. So I mean, it's
Where's
not
all
like
the
it-
niggas in DC that's murdering niggas every week? Like, y'all asses need to be out there. Y'all
Look,
be
niggas
wasting
can
y'all
carry-
Black
talent.
people,
But
they only want
niggas
the
in
black
Virginia
people.
can carry too. That
No
shit,
bullshit.
That's a whole nother conversation.
that concealed carry ain't just for white people.
Yeah, but the niggas that be murking niggas don't never be nowhere to be found when it be them niggas right in their backyard. But whatever, we gonna move on. Speaking of MLK, are y'all offended by all the ghetto ass flyers? By the way, that y'all been seeing, like the clip. Why don't I have?
Oh, I haven't seen that. Did he like post it up like this on the club flyers?
Yeah, I don't know. Like that shit. Honestly, it doesn't offend me like that.
I found it
I feel like it
kinda funny.
should, but that shit had me weak.
I was cracking up.
I mean, this ain't nothing new. This shit niggas been doing that shit for decades. I'm not surprised.
They gotta make their money.
Check and see. Make sure it's joint on, cause it's something he got.
Yeah, because I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear him a little bit.
No.
say something else in there?
Yo.
Help them out, y'all, while I bring this next one up. So, y'all, do y'all remember that teacher? I don't know if you remember this.
The teacher that beat
Mimi,
the little girl?
The teacher who well, she almost got her ass whipped in Largo High School.
Yeah.
By the female student. Yeah. By the female student and the big girl with the silver coat. Do y'all remember that? That happened a few weeks ago. So her charges were dropped.
Good.
So I wanted to ask y'all, would y'all blow up at a teacher for hitting your child if your child was the aggressor?
No, because for one, I'm not raising my kids like that. I feel like that'd be the problem.
If they were the aggressor?
No, I said that's why I said no. I wouldn't. I'm like, I ain't
work-
raising my kids like that. So if you do that, you was just out of pocket.
Yeah.
Like you ain't get that shit from the household.
I worked in daycare for a long time. I worked with kids for a long time, and I learned that you got to keep your composure. You cannot. It is never
Say something,
okay.
Joey.
You
Yo.
never know, like, them people beyond that setting.
Sabotage me.
You never know who's coming over. Like,
Look, that ain't your problem
mess with
though.
their
At the end of the
kids.
day, and that kid don't know you either. That's the
Yeah.
thing. It's just like these kids be raising themselves. They feel like they can just wild out whenever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't have to do all that. You know you nudged the fuck. They said that teacher got attacked by students like 3 times
Before
that
then,
year.
yeah.
Man, I would have been on edge too. You nudged me like that, I probably would have pieced your shit too. Like I'm not gonna hold you.
I don't know. If my daughter was the aggressor, I ain't gonna hold you. Like I might still have to see
yeah, I
that
still
teacher
probably would
myself.
have.
Yeah.
I don't have that much
Man,
self-control.
That's the lesson you learn. You should have kept your fucking hands to yourself. If
No
you got
ifs,
your
ands,
shit
or buts
wild,
about it. I would have beat the teacher
Yeah.
up because
and then we could have
all
talked about it
you
I
did.
didn't know how to
afterwards.
beat my kid up
We
after
coulda-
because you
yeah.
bugging.
Right,
So I'm gonna
exactly.
defend you right now, but we in his house is lit.
I feel like you
1,000%.
learned your lesson on your
1,000%.
own. Sometimes you gotta learn. You gotta be like they do that shit because they think it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
They around their little friends. They trying to show off. And I mean, like I've seen it when I was in high school. That a girl
Yeah.
elbowed the teacher in the fucking face. And
Felt
she
they
was
could get away with it, too.
Wilding out in
I
the
can have
class. She
now.
told her to get out. She walking behind the girl. The girl threw that elbow back, caught her in the jaw. Teacher dogged her ass. Teacher didn't lose her job, but the girl got expelled. You elbowed that lady in her face.
Yeah, you can't.
She
y'all-
washed your shit.
Yeah, elbows.
What did you
brutal, too.
learn?
That shit
Y'all
hurt.
kids need to like pipe the fuck down. These teachers is getting younger and younger, and they gonna piece your ass up.
And that teacher was
Unless
young.
it's always that one big girl in class. I don't know if y'all had big. I had a big girl in every class, like young.
Tessie.
It is
With the
like-
most
yo,
mouth.
That's
yo,
the one that eat hot Cheetos and grits for breakfast.
Dog,
Brother,
Dang.
it's always
best
one.
friend.
Tessie. Big Tessie from 28. Woo! She's beating niggas up in school.
Dog, it's
I ain't
always
gonna- you-
one big
Ask me if I had
one.
crossing about
But
Tessie.
it's like parents raise your kids, man. Raise your kids to have some fucking respect. And I'm not saying that somebody being your elder automatically warrants them respect. Because if they disrespectful, you know, I feel you. But it's like raise your kids to have some fucking couth and some manners when they in public, for they not just doing big geek and shit like that.
That and stop letting them eat fucking chicken tenders out the bag from the freezer section, because them fucking hormones is getting y'all kids
fucking
big
them
as
up.
fuck.
It's them hot
And
Cheetos they keep
the
eating for
kids,
breakfast.
when they bigger than the teachers and the principals, it just get them extra like
All
you
these
know what
baby
I'm saying?
D's.
Like no,
Little
stop.
sister that's bigger than the big sister.
Dog, stop doing that. Like, stop giving your kids all them fucking hormones in their food. God damn.
Poor
I be
babies.
scared as fuck to be a teacher these days. Like, I can't do it. But anyway, continuing our DMV news segment. So, Joey, this is mind your business on this one. We are getting a go-go museum in
Yes.
DC late spring.
You ain't gonna know half the people in that jump.
I don't have to. I'm gonna be in
I'm
that
gonna
thing.
go, yeah.
She like, now I know who to Google. It's like, no.
Fuck you.
You never been to a go-go?
No.
Right, just,
Never?
She was just in a house.
Nah,
years
not like
old.
as a.
What's wrong
Well,
with
you
you?
know what? No, I have. Sean.
school?
No. I did when I was I was a kid. It was before it was like 18, but then that don't count. But then Sean had me at something at Lucky Strike like last year. So it was
Did
it
you
was
take you
playing
to go see
go-go.
Back?
You didn't go to
Like 20
Mochella?
Did you go see
You
Back?
should have went to Mochella.
If it was at Lucky Strike, you went to go see Back. That's what that was.
Okay, well, whatever,
pumpkin.
whomever. So, what type of artifacts? You know, museums have artifacts and other factual pieces that mark the time and the relevancy of whatever it is they were doing. You know, what type of artifacts y'all think is going to be in the go-go?
Canned goods.
Man, they gotta have
Canned goods. Why
They,
canned goods?
they gotta have a
Plastic
polo
canned goods.
exhibit.
Oh,
They gotta have
They
a
gotta
polo
have Chuck
exhibit.
Brown.
Rest in peace to Polo. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Chuck Brown. They got to.
you know what else they gotta have? They gotta have some motherfucking
said-
knives, because that's
What
why
she
my
said?
mother wouldn't let me go to the
Canned
go-go.
goods.
Niggas
Hold
kept
up.
getting stabbed at all the
Canned goods.
go-go's.
Clapping for
I
canned
know,
goods.
that's
That's
why I'm
like a
not- She said they got some canned goods. You play. For real. You play.
Some canned goods. Some what else? Some of course some instruments. You know what I'm saying? But some what else? What else? Y'all went.
I don't know.
I mean, artifact wise, I don't know what they about to freeze in time.
What
they gonna make go-go wax figurines?
I mean, what they gonna do with the museums?
Some Timbali's over that joint.
I'm interested to see what the hell they do with this.
Well,
They just gonna come with shit.
well, we gonna see. Okay, so that's a good look. I do think for the city. Yeah. I think that. Oh, other than the sports bets coming to DC, do you bet? Do you do the sports bet thing?
No.
Okay, well,
That's lit.
no one cares.
Bet.
Do we care?
I care.
You do sport? Okay, so sports bets. They're gonna. It's coming to DC. It's gonna be where the old Green Turtle was at.
Okay.
By the arena. I don't know. I don't care because I don't bet, but that's just me.
That's lit.
What you bet for
going
real?
to fucking Dover for sports betting. So
You be doing that for real?
yeah, sports parlays, football parlays, really.
I don't do that shit.
When I
can-
think of sports bets, I
When
think of like
you turn
fantasy.
when you turn 100 into 1,800 off of nothing, I mean, it's a beautiful.
What I do? I did something.
No.
No, it was the brain.
Say something, y'all.
Can you hear me now?
Are you good?
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Joey, say something.
Yo, you get me?
Yeah. All right. So we have our segment coming back that y'all may not be aware of because it's been so long since we've done it. And it sounds a little bit like this. And when y'all hear this song, y'all already know what time it is. This is Yada Yada with Yada. She's going to bring the news. She's going to bring whatever tea. She's going to bring you whatever stories that she feel like is relevant that you need to get your life from or whatever. Okay? All right, Yada. Let us know,
You know what's
what's
about to
good
happen
with
first.
Yada Yada
Not
with
talking some
Yada.
twerk.
Okay. She's going to twerk first. There you go. If you're watching on YouTube, get up.
Alright, you know, we should
Stand up.
take it up. I don't
Oh,
get
alright.
up for the twerk.
Alright.
You know, I do a seated twerk.
All right, Yada, go ahead.
Okay, I thought this was pretty interesting. And I'm surprised you have not mentioned it, or maybe you didn't see. I'm not sure. But Comme des Garçons got a whole lot of fucking backlash for using white models with braided wigs, right? Mm-hmm. And first of all, these wigs were fucking trash. Like, oh my god,
seen that.
like I cannot begin to stress the tragedy in these fucking wigs. But ended up apologizing and saying that the inspiration was from an Egyptian prince or whatever. I'm talking, these are the worst lace down here, cornrow, Bo Derek, beaded ass, fucking Fulani braided wigs I've ever seen in my motherfucking life.
Okay.
But I'm just like, why, like, do you think it was necessary for them to be apologetic for having braided wigs on white? Because it was black models too. So it wasn't just white. They had white and black models, and all of them had trash ass fucking braid wigs on. You think that was apology worthy?
No.
Like, or are we being
I
sensitive?
think people are being sensitive. They be outraged over the dumbest shit.
We live in
Like,
a sensitive world now.
let white people walk around in their braids. Like, I'm not offended by that.
And it wasn't like it was it was literally just on the runway. Like, not like nobody's going to wear these wigs. Trust me.
I mean, we
Like-
know where we know where the shit originated from. We know where everything originated from. Let the white people have a little flavor.
It's a bracelet. She's not offended.
I'm not offended. I'm not easily offended.
Oh,
People
Like,
just,
I don't
people just
really,
think
I don't
am.
care. Like,
just
I
so someone don't call you.
I don't blame you. I don't care. Like, I don't give a fuck what these people. If white people want to braid their hair, braid it. Just don't say nothing about it. Like, I just hate when they have to go and speak about it, or you know what I'm saying.
That girl, the little girl,
I'm talking about Bad Baby. Oh,
she
please,
was.
well, we not talking about her because we refuse to make her a thing. But I know exactly what you're talking
went
about.
on a whole
She
rant.
would not be a thing on this, and she was
Yeah.
upset because people were telling her that her hair was not made to her, like braids. Her hair
Yeah.
won't hold braids. And that's true. When you have real fine straight hair, like, it's
Yeah.
not going to hold braids. And she's like, how y'all calling me racist? And the bitches just said your hair is not going
Right.
to hold braids. And she went on a whole rampage, and it was just like, little girl,
that's-
shut up.
But to me, that's just like, I feel like black men, y'all don't get offended by, like, I know that white boy went viral online because he went from just like looking like a square little white dude, like all the rest of them, and then he had like a fade, like a black male like type haircut. When you see shit like that, do you feel away? Yeah, I don't give a fuck
not even
either.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like as long as you don't talk about it or try to like when Kim Kardashian got the backlash for the braids because she had Fulani braids and she kept calling them Bo Dereks, and people felt the way because they like, you're not citing them to where they really came from, and that's what makes people mad because they feel like you're appropriating the culture. You're not even giving props. I feel like if you just shut the fuck up and rock your braids, I won't say a word to you. Just when you talk, that's a problem.
Sense.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But go ahead, Yada. Continue.
Okay, next, did you guys watch the Aaron Hernandez documentary?
I did not.
Okay, so I just watched it. We just actually finished it this weekend, and actually yesterday before we went to brunch. So yeah, needless to say, I saw
all over the place.
I thought it was a lot of outrage about him possibly having like some homosexual tendencies or whatever in the documentary. Like they dug up some old boyfriends who kind of was like, yeah, I was fucking with that nigga back in the day from high school. That was my boo type shit or whatever. And it's like niggas just wouldn't ignore the murders. Like, yeah, fuck the murders, but they're ruining his legacy because they're trying to make him seem like he was gay. Sweetie, if his backfield was in motion, baby, that backfield was in motion. That does not. No murderer's legacy is getting ruined by you getting fucked by boys. I think that's wild as shit.
Wow.
But I also, there was another thing. They pointed out the CTE situation. And they said that this nigga's brain at 27 was like that of an advanced 70-fucking-year-old Alzheimer's patient type shit or whatever. Like he had like super advanced. And people were like, oh, that's a cop-out. They just want to get sympathy for him. Like, do you feel like that makes it a little, like what he did, considering what CTE is and the symptoms of it and what it brings, do you think that maybe not necessarily justifies, but shed some light on why he was the way he was?
Well, okay. So what was his race?
He was Puerto Rican, I believe.
What to say?
See, he not black. I don't have that type of sympathy for non-black men, so we can keep
Oh
it.
my God.
So you can answer that.
I was about to say if he was
You
black,
can
you
keep
feel
it
like
at
they
a
would-
human level,
You feel
like-
like they would have took the time out to like scan his brain? I don't think so. If he was black, they just.
I think it's
like,
because he was an athlete. I don't think it had anything to do with
No,
him being
I
Puerto
will
Rican.
say for my brothers out there who are athletes and who may deal with that CTE, a lot of that wild activity does come from that, and there's something to say about that, like the Ray Rice situation and others like that. I do think that a lot of those men are affected by CTE, but it's like one of those things where you have to die for them to even check you for it if you can be checked for
Well,
it.
they could scan you. They could scan your brain. You know what I'm saying? Because you
They can do
scan.
it. They just not doing it.
But that's the problem is the sports industry and how that is.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
they not
billion-dollar
gonna-
industry. They want you to play
don't
hurt.
give a
They don't want to hear that shit. And they talked about that in the documentary. Like it was like, look, they learned that shit from a young age. Like, look, fuck it. I don't care if you hurt. You got concussion. Play hurt. And them kids is getting fucked up.
Some of them football players definitely they fucked up.
Well,
My man was
look
gang
at-
banging on bacon, man. Listen, he was a blood. He was,
Said he was gang
he
banging
was
on
lit.
bacon.
He had to do what he had to do to
and
go up in the
sprinkle
ring
some CTE
What's
in
the dude
there.
with
and
the
sprinkle
gold?
a little bit of that in there. He ain't right.
What's the
He-
dude with the gold shit? He got cut from all his
oh,
jobs.
Antonio
Yeah.
Brown.
Something is definitely not
Some off.
right.
But he been playing, fuck. Aaron Hernandez been playing football since he was a kid. He been getting concussions since he was a kid. And I feel like when they actually show his brain images and how a normal brain looks and how his, that shit is fucking wild, yo.
All them football players need
It's
that.
super fucking,
Yeah.
like, his
They
joint
need
was
to
like
be scanned before they
extremely
go in the league.
advanced. And I think that people kind of took that as like, oh, they trying to make excuses. And I'm just like, everything is not an excuse for something. Sometimes there are legitimate
Reasons.
justifications
Yeah.
for why people
Yes,
are the way they
absolutely.
are. His shit wasn't wrapped too tight.
No.
He wasn't. His shit wasn't wrapped too tight. And the fact that he played since he was a kid and he had a fucked up family life and you've been hitting your head for a long time.
And he was big blood. Big blood plays a part. too.
blood.
But
Big
then
blood,
also,
baby.
you
He's
cannot.
big blood.
You're programming these boys, like you said, from a young age to be like super aggressive, super like even angry, and just like doing a barbaric sport. And then when they get out here in the world, and they may have these instances where some of that shit come out. How can you how can you really like scrutinize them so hard, you know? But he's Puerto Rican. I can't really speak to that.
You are terrible. Terrible.
Protect
All
your
right,
nigga.
well, let me
Shout
bring
out
it back
to
to
my
a
black
black
people.
man.
Thank
Speaking
you.
of football players,
Okay.
how you feel about what I think his charges are getting dropped? Odell Beckham Jr. I think his charges are getting dropped because he smacked the security guard on the ass in the locker room at LSU after the championship game.
I mean, that was bogus.
and they were
Everyone
calling it
knows.
sexual assault, and
Unbelievable.
They know that was bogus.
They ain't have nothing better else to do.
I was like,
No.
that's locker room behavior.
That's
Like,
locker
and
room
it's, and
etiquette.
it's Odell Beckham.
Hey, I didn't want to be the one to say it, but it's like
Odell
it is
definitely got some sugar in his
Odell.
tank. If anybody believes different,
It's
they lying to themselves.
Odell. I mean,
You
I
think
don't
so?
think he was.
He was in a hot tub with 3 niggas and he came out the bottom of the pool. Like you like what
He
you
was
doing?
underwater
Yeah, he was
where
underwater.
like loose dicks was just in the hot tub,
And what you
like,
doing
just
with
bobbing
that?
around
Man,
in
listen.
trunks.
That's
Name a girl he was with.
He with a girl now.
He be with
He
girls
always
all
be
the
with
time.
girls.
He always
I don't
be-
pay attention to
But
that.
so do
no,
a lot of gay niggas
Yeah.
be with women all the time.
Cover up.
He
Cover
might
up.
be bad.
Pretty girl.
And then sometimes they
I
may
don't
marry their best friend like Dwayne Wade.
He might suck dick once.
That's
and
what they
then change
said
his
about.
mind.
That's what they said about Aaron Hernandez. They said that his fiance was probably his beard, and that he just couldn't be himself because
What's his beard? What's that?
that's his cover up.
Oh, okay.
That he couldn't be himself because nobody really comes out in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And he just get like. But it was a handful of niggas like
But-
we was together off and on for 9 years.
I heard his wife was gangster.
As
didn't
as
see
you
it.
should be.
She
for
held
your
it down, I
husband.
heard.
As you should
She's
be.
no, you know what?
I heard she held it down.
No, she's super fucking wild though. Like she's I'm sorry.
You gotta be wild to be
No,
with that
no,
nigga.
she's-
Exactly.
no,
she was
she's
big
super-
blood. She was the
She's
blood
super fucking wild because that nigga killed her sister boyfriend and she's like, I'm like, I'm still gonna be here for you, and I'm just like, girl,
I ain't see that shit.
He
That's
murked
her-
your-
that's
he
her
murked
bride.
your-
That's their
Dying.
business. I don't know what
I
happened
don't
with
know.
them.
I just
murked your
know who
sister
I'm
man,
married to,
yeah.
and
Shit happens.
that
She
shit
probably was
wild,
disrespectful.
yeah. Niggas gave up on that man though, because the whole squad was at the first trial, but when he went for that second joint, it was
like,
her.
all right.
It was just
Yeah.
her alone and shit in that joint.
As-
Little area was empty as shit next to her.
as
like,
you
I'ma
should
head
be.
out.
You was cool when that nigga was crazy and it was paying, so you gotta stick with that nigga when it's crazy and it ain't looking all that good. So
Yeah, because did they ever get that money?
I don't think
I don't think the Patriots ever paid up. Did the Patriots pay up?
Shit, I don't watch sports. I don't care about that shit.
Okay,
The Patriots pay up, Dave? Nope.
damn.
So she ain't even get that. You not even rich. Oh.
But that's okay. She's lived an honourable life. All right.
She got
She with
another
the
nigga.
teammate now.
Didn't she just have a baby? Or
With
she's
the
having a
teammate.
baby? Yeah, one of his college teammates.
She good. Look at that.
Sis-
But
That
no,
pussy
you
pops
said
severely.
No, you said college. That
Yeah, it
don't
was
mean
his
that don't mean a
former
bag.
college teammate.
That don't mean a bag.
Yeah.
Oh, we
he
got
on
to
a
do some
team?
research and see
I
what
don't
team
know.
he
They
with.
just said it was
He may
one of-
not be with a team.
I don't think he's pro. I think they just said that's why they cited his college teammate. They
Mm.
said it was his former college teammate. She's pregnant by or about to have a baby or just had a baby or
She
something.
probably did it for
I
the
mean,
money. She needed that.
Do you think, sis?
Who said there was money?
That nigga dead. He's not coming back. Like,
She probably
Do
did
you
it for
think?
the money. She probably needed that.
Okay.
I
Pussy
mean,
poppin'.
she didn't get them 40 M's because the Patriots wasn't having it, and his conviction got reinstated.
okay.
Because you know they said he killed himself for that abatement law in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
But basically, if you die while you have an open case, your case gets thrown out, and that would have technically made the Patriots have to pay because he didn't get convicted.
Yeah.
But his victim Odin Lloyd family fought and got that law reversed, and they got his conviction
like you're not
reinstated.
getting no money.
So yeah,
Damn.
there will be no 40 M's for
That's crazy.
Whew.
Cheyenne.
I think she'll still be good though. She'll still be good. People out here, people
Why
will
the
look
fuck
out
they
for
fight for
it.
that so bad. Like y'all got nothing better else to do. Like he's
Yeah,
dead. Y'all got
right.
it. Like
Because
And it's the
for-
family. The
Family.
family do
It's
it.
a justice situation. Imagine somebody murked your folks and he got convicted,
That's
and
grief.
then they basically cleared
They're not letting that
the
go.
killer's name. They like, nah, fuck that. That law
I
is
wouldn't care
outdated.
about his name. He's dead.
but
That's
the but
the
I'm-
facts,
but
not
the
my
laws-
feelings.
I agree with
But
you.
I think they were thinking about they bigger than themselves
Yeah,
though.
bigger
The
than
law
themselves.
is outdated. Is no reason why a nigga could kill himself just to get his name cleared, and now he's no longer convicted. Nah, fuck that. Or they
Yeah.
did what they did. I respect
I
it.
respect that.
That's all I got though. I mean, I get it.
Stupid.
I agree with
Whole
you.
quarter of the
Joel,
streets.
on
I
this
can't
one,
speak.
yeah.
I've never had a relative murdered, so I can't tell you how it feels to have a relative murdered and you feel like you get justice and then it gets overturned.
Well, if I had to guess, if the nigga's dead, why would I? His family didn't do it. You feel
Man.
me? So, and the kid.
Well,
you
I don't think
know?
they did it about the money. They did it because they were like, nah, his
This is
conviction
not
needs to
right.
be reinstated.
Get this
Like,
ju-
Fuck outta here.
he's
Okay.
convicted, convict him.
Care
They
about
don't,
that.
they don't
Yeah,
care.
Yeah,
about
right.
the real justice is him no longer living.
Exactly.
After doing that, in my opinion. But
Well,
that's
the
me.
Patriots weren't going to pay anyway. They would have fought that tooth and nail.
They probably
But
would've.
I'm
They
not
definitely
going
would've had
to
to.
knock them for wanting his conviction reinstated. He murdered that man in Kovalev for no reason. I ain't going to be mad at the family for doing whatever they need to do to have peace.
To
That's
cope
on,
with themselves.
That's,
Okay.
that's
I
their
could get that.
business.
Still
All
gay.
right.
You
Makes
wow.
feel better.
Do we have another one, Yada?
No, that is it.
Well, thank you
can
so
put
much
Joelle the fuck out of here, though.
for that yada yada with Yada. Okay.
You might
She like my
fucking
arch
welcome.
nemesis or something. I'll pull up. She just be going on go mode.
Well, you know.
You threatened to go in my purse last time, like.
First of all, don't be telling our house business what happens outside of this table, right? Damn.
Nah, tell the
Now I'm
tell the
really
business,
still.
spill the
Fuck
tea.
that.
You said the house business.
All right, so we got to run through this, address this tweet, okay? We haven't done this segment in a while. This
I
is
don't
our
know how I
first
feel about
address
this.
this tweet of 2020. Listeners, viewers, if you're listening right now, watching right now, you're in for a treat because we got some good ones, okay? This is address this tweet. So, first of all, this one is dedicated to the minister, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. They wrongfully banned him on Twitter last week, and I'm really not fucking with that censorship. So yeah,
He ain't a fucking mule. They banned me too. Fuck him.
What they banned
Man, me
him
too.
for?
we will ho.
Wait, what did he get
doing
banned
nothing.
from?
They banned
What
me
we
too.
not
I don't have pity
doing-
for no fucking body. I got banned.
What we not doing is no Farrakhan slander on this platform.
That's not slander.
Period.
He's not above
Fuck
getting
it.
banned.
Fuck
They
it.
banned me. Fuck him.
Yes,
he can
he
get banned
is.
too.
Wait,
Yes, the
they
fuck
banned
he
him from
is.
what?
Twitter.
He can
Oh,
get banned too.
He is above you getting banned
Yeah, I
for
think-
Twitter.
I
Fuck
What the
think-
fuck
that.
you not? If he tweet reckless, his ass can go too.
He wasn't
don't
tweeting
ban
reckless.
Donald
That's what I'm
Trump.
saying.
I wasn't tweeting.
I
I
wasn't
got
either,
banned too.
and they got me out the
Well,
page.
was hating.
here's
Fuck
the
'em, girl.
thing. Y'all not
Fuck
Farrakhan
'em.
either.
So
Nigga, fuck that
apparently
nigga.
Farrakhan
we
and
not
name
doing
ain't
that.
hold
We
no
not
weight.
doing that. We not
Fuck is a
doing that. We
Farrakhan?
not
What did he
doing
tweet?
that.
Apparently
It
Farrakhan
wasn't.
name
It
ain't
wasn't
hold
nothing.
no weight.
They still haven't explained to him why they took him
Because
off.
Twitter say they don't gotta explain. Them niggas is crazy.
They told him in the
Crazy
email.
shit.
He ain't telling y'all because he
No.
know he was fucking wilding.
He was harassing somebody. That's right what it was.
I want to know what he
And they
tweeted.
I don't
reported
really
him
like
for
this shit at
harassment.
all.
Look,
okay.
nigga, Farrakhan ain't Jesus. Ain't
I
nobody be
report
a
somebody for
man.
harassing me on Twitter.
So
And you
who
could-
said he gotta be
harassment-
Jesus to show respect?
No,
to,
I'm saying,
to
you
an
need-
elder who's put in work and for the community who's doing some real shit. Like
Girl, he be
How
out
the-
here. Look, man.
you gotta be
He was in
Jesus
y'all
to be an
DMs.
honorable. Like
is-
Little do you know.
Girl, honorable or not, his ass got banned from Twitter. He ain't that damn honorable. Like,
well, you can speak for yourself, but I don't do no
am.
Louis Farrakhan slander or disrespect. I don't do that.
girl, this is
Oh.
about Twitter.
I'm
He
shocked
got
he
banned
even
from
tweeted.
Twitter, and you over here caping for him getting banned from Twitter.
Yes,
he was
because of
obviously wilding.
censorship. No, that's not obviously true because
they-
you cannot find a tweet where he was wilding on there.
Because they
I
made
would
him
challenge
delete
you-
it.
No,
They make
can't-
you. Have you ever been banned from Twitter?
I have not.
See, you don't know
ain't
the
been in that
algorithm.
world,
They make
yeah.
you delete
But
the
if you
tweet,
don't
nigga.
know that he was wilding on Twitter, why are you saying as
The-
if he did?
the fir-
as
because
if
that's-
people haven't got banned on Twitter for not wilding and just because of their influence and what they can use with their
I don't know
platform.
about that. I can speak from personal experience in dealing with
You
Twitter.
can speak from your
but
personal experience.
Is he
Right.
banned?
Farrakhan has.
He's banned forever, or
Shit.
he's just banned for a certain amount of time? Because when I got banned, it was like 12 hours.
They
or something.
didn't. They didn't even
it's-
explain
it's-
to him.
It's levels. That's the thing.
They,
It's
they
levels.
took him off. I think they.
Oh, they
he got
took
in
him
the
off
works
all the
like,
way together.
So
Who said that though? Because you usually get the email. The email tell you what it was.
his representatives said that they didn't get
course they
anything.
did.
Why would they lie about getting an
Because
explanation?
Might be in
because
spam.
why would they say that he said
Might be
something
in
that put him
spam.
out there? But the reality, Twitter is. I don't feel like he's targeted for censorship. They censor a whole lot of fucking people.
Are you kidding
They
me?
got trigger words that automatically get you out the paint. Is what I'm telling you. So I mean, I'm speaking from experience. I can tell you that, and it's not just. I don't feel like it was an issue of it. I would have to see. But the first thing they do is get rid of the tweet. So if you're looking for a tweet that he might have wilded on, you're not
Got
gonna
you.
find
so
it.
since
'cause
it's not censorship and you know, then explain why he got banned from Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, he
I
got
don't
banned
do
from
that.
Oh,
all,
right then.
everything.
Then we not gonna what day?
Oh, yeah, he
unless
was
he put
targeted.
unless he put the same shit on those platforms too. Like
He was targeted.
They mistakenly suspended him and later reinstated him
When?
on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, so it.
All right. Well, shout out to him for being back and shut the fuck up.
you shut the fuck up.
All right,
'Cause
we
you was
about to
over
get back
here
to it.
caping
No,
like
because
shit. You
She
don't
got
know what that man
Farrakhan tatted on her
said.
cheeks or something.
Right, you don't know what that man said. Like he might have
Farrakhan is
said.
like when no, we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, I fuck with Farrakhan. He's doing the work. He's doing a lot of shit for the community. He sacrificed. He put his. He's one of the people, the elders who put their lives on the line every day to get the shit done that we need to get done. He's one of the last respected ones who have never like compromised himself that are left alive. So we hold him up there with Malcolm, with Martin, all that stuff. Farrakhan is up there. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. He's still human at the end of the day. So
who said that? Who said that he was inhuman?
I didn't say you said that. I
Okay,
just
so
said.
why are you bringing that up?
But I'm saying it
I don't
wasn't
think
as
Jesus.
a
I don't worship him. I have respect for him.
right. And me saying that he might have said something that got him out the pay is not disrespecting. That's reality. I'm not going to
No,
delude
saying
myself
fuck
because
Farrakhan
he's done.
is disrespectful.
Feelings.
I didn't say fuck him like fuck
the
him in
truth.
life. I'm saying fuck it. If he did something to why he can get out the
But
paint
you
like
didn't
anybody
say fuck
else.
it. You
I
said
said
fuck him, and
He
he
can
not
get.
Jesus. Okay, so
I said fuck him. He can get banned too. That it was context.
This person,
Apply the
you could've been
context.
banned. You get banned, you fuck everybody. Yeah.
Like ain't nobody above
fuck
it.
y'all.
Fuck him.
all right. So we have addressed this tweet. One comes from this woman. Respectfully, I will read her tweet and I will let y'all address it. Okay. Her name is @funky__. Okay, I find it very abusive to put pressure on men to provide us with a life we cannot provide for ourselves
this combo.
as women. As much as women are not rehabilitation centers for badly raised men, men are not poverty eradication plans for lazy women. We'll start with Joelle.
We had a conversation about this. Remember? This is my barber, y'all. She get me right sometimes. We be talking and shit, and she like always like talking to me, so she calls me too. But we had that conversation about, all right, so someone said to me, you should give me a G-Wagon. I said, oh, what? I don't got a G-Wagon.
Bitch, I gotta get myself a G-Wagon.
Yeah, I don't got a G-Wagon. But my thing was like, can you provide yourself with a G-Wagon? Because if you can provide yourself with a G-Wagon, you know you setting the standard of what I gotta come with. How you demanding stuff that you can't do for yourself?
That's
or
fair.
you can't, that's, yo, man, I'm about to get started.
That's
I'm about to
fair.
get started. It's got me a little riled up because I'm happy you said this.
Mimi.
I think my situation is just different. I feel like why you turn the music down?
Because we can hear you. You're not singing nothing.
I don't know.
We want to hear what you feel about this tweet.
I mean, I feel like that's definitely abusive to a certain extent. But I feel like guys are also supposed to be providers. And that's just like, that's what the Bible says.
Oh.
Yada.
Does it not?
Yada.
I respect it. I think it was that last sentence that really kind of drove it home for me, where she said that, you know, women are expected to be mental health
Rehabilitation centers.
Yeah,
Mental
we are
rehabilitation
not.
centers
We
for
are
men.
not rehabilitation centers
Right,
for
so-
badly raised men. Men are
Right,
not
yeah.
poverty eradication plans for lazy women.
I can agree. I feel like I think it's odd to demand something from a man that you cannot or are not willing to be able to do for yourself. I'm not knocking a man for being a provider. Of course, I can respect that. But it's just like, niggas are not here to save you from being lazy. You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
save her.
I'm not saying, like, I feel like when you with a man, yeah, if he's providing for you, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. But I'm like, your goal shouldn't be like, look, I don't want to do shit, so I need a man to come and do it for me.
I don't feel like nobody should be lazy in a relationship. I feel like y'all should both push each other to do more. Like,
That sounds great, but that's not reality.
Okay.
It sure ain't.
If men are not looking for nurturers and women are not looking for providers, what are we doing?
No.
What are
That's
we
another
doing?
thing.
Real quick, there's a very
Because
big
this
difference.
woman right here is misguided.
But
she's conflating two issues. She's saying how it's abusive to put the pressure on men. Why does it have to be pressure for a man to provide? Like that's not pressure. And then why does the woman have to be lazy? She's misguided. She's clearly projecting her own shit onto the
But
rest
she
of us.
also
I think you
said-
disregarded the
Her
fuck out the
dumbass
context.
went-
Yeah.
though.
She's
Viral.
definitely
I
said
think you
eradicate. Eradicate.
She definitely said men to provide you with a lifestyle that you can't provide yourself. I think that
Exactly.
matters. Not
Okay.
men to provide in general, but provide you with a lifestyle that you cannot or are not willing to provide for yourself. I think that's very specific context wise, but I get what she's saying in that it's not about women being nurturers. There's a difference between nurturing your man and being a fucking mental health dump station for him and his issues. That's why we always tell people before you go getting into relationships, heal yourself. Don't bring all that mental fucking, you know what I'm saying, anguish and shit into
Honey,
a
heal
relationship.
Honey, we're
Drop
black.
it.
We're
Heal
black.
yourself.
We're all fucked up.
Heal yourself.
But that's the
of
problem.
course
The black
levels.
community does not acknowledge mental health as much as they should. To be
Yes,
honest,
we do.
It's very
We're
taboo.
starting to.
It's very we're
trying
starting
to.
to.
But
But
it's
it's
like at
very
like
taboo in the black
0.5%.
community because you got to think about how times were with people that's grown up. Our parents, motherfuckers, thinks therapy is not necessary. We're just getting to a point where that type of stuff is widely accepted or encouraged for black people to partake
I
in.
tell my father I
they
need to
were,
go to therapy.
you know what I'm saying? For a
in
while,
therapy.
that wasn't a thing for black people. It was
with it.
disregarded.
Okay, but you're saying it's not. I think it is now.
No,
It
I
wasn't.
mean,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like, this is still fairly new for us as a whole, as a community, for this to be something that we embrace. Because you already know, like, our grandparents, maybe even our parents, they wasn't fucking with that mental health shit.
no.
Like, fuck out of here. So for us, it's still a nuance. So I think that when people don't heal themselves before they come into a relationship, you dumping all that on a woman who is not a mental health professional. So I think that she made the parallel, like, look, women aren't a station for you to dump that off on, and men aren't a station for you to get your poverty off on.
Yeah, bitch. So
Like,
if you broke, get your shit together before you
see,
step up
Sabrae,
to me.
You bring something to the table, Sabrae. So if you want a man to be a provider, at the end of the day, you want somebody to provide, but you can also provide for yourself, and you've been doing
Yes.
that. So I think your perspective is never going to be that of theirs because you're not that type of woman.
I just think it's a narrative that's being pushed that if a man is a provider, that the woman is a lazy, or if it's not equal, if they're not providing equally financially, then like that's a problem nowadays. I just really don't fuck with that narrative because this supports that narrative that, oh, we can't be pressuring these men to be providers. I mean, because at the end of the day, if y'all have children together, she cannot provide that lifestyle for herself or whatever. Like, and of course, I'm not saying that you take her off of her mama's couch. No, fuck that, because I wouldn't want no bums on me. That's contagious. But it could be contagious. No, for real. So I feel
I'm laughing because you went.
Ugh.
I think you're speaking from your standpoint in life, but because what they're talking about, you know what I envision?
What?
I envision, because you know I be in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I envision those Instagram bitches that be in them bars, not doing nothing with themselves much, and then they meet a nigga that got the bag, come through, and then a nigga got the bag, so we love spending our money. We got it, we gonna spend that shit. So if he don't spend it, he broke, boo. Don't forget that. So if a nigga that got it, he gonna spend it. So he in there spending it. Now she's like, oh shit, I'm worth this. Like I might be, yeah. So let me do a little knick-knack shit here and there, but in reality, he done changed your life so much and so crazy. You got the bust down rollie on now. Now you driving the Range and you getting crazy. So now you get this
entitlement.
Yeah, like I deserve this now. And that's like I see it out here too. I've noticed like a few girls that I follow for years on Instagram, and I seen them glow up, and like I know of little knick-knack stuff behind the scenes of what they be doing and who they deal with and how they deal with. Now, I do believe that, women should be courted, dates and shit like that. But I feel like now one of the girls, like her stigma is straight. Like she only deals with drug dealers and people that can do certain things for her. And like she feels as though it has to be that way. But in reality, I know for a fact you live with your moms.
It's like what he brings.
You got like 3 kids.
Yeah.
And you live with your mom. So it's kind of like, all right, really? So you just like get this little bullshit here on the side, but you ain't doing nothing for yourself.
Yeah. That's the key difference. I can totally understand.
And with social
that.
media, this is at an all-time high.
For sure. But it's the men's responsibility to see through the bullshit. Stop being so mesmerized by her status on Instagram.
I'm just trying to
and
hit
her and the pussy, but don't be so mesmerized by that you're taking the L and that you're providing a lifestyle to a fucking bum. Same thing with the women, because I be seeing women overextend themselves a lot for these niggas. Like I've heard some shit.
I be seeing women give out money like it's nothing.
Come on now to these bums.
Taking
You know what I'm
niggas.
saying?
I think
Like,
that's an
get that
epidemic
shit.
too. Like that's man, bitches love giving niggas money. Not me personally, because I don't got no bitch to give me no damn money.
I wish I would give a nigga some money. The fuck?
Shit, where they at? Matter of fact, who got
Never happening.
anybody DM me Floyd the Great
I didn't see people
underscore?
go
Where
broke.
the bitches that give
Like,
the money? Because I'm
they
tired of
have.
spending my buying
Some
bags
of these
and
DMV
trips and
joints
shit.
be making me want to go gay with the type of shit they be providing. I be like, well, shit.
I don't know. I just feel like this wasn't a jab at men being providers. It was more so about women having an expectation of men to provide you with something you can't do for yourself. It's kind of like goes back to that Tory Lanez clip where he was just like, you asking me for a Gucci bag and you can't get one for yourself. So don't try to
got no money
upgrade
to put in it.
yourself on my dime is really what it kind of
I'm having a little hypocritical moment though for a second, because on one hand, and because we got to move on after this, but on one hand, it's like, for sure, if you can't get yourself that, then you should not be expecting someone to do that or asking someone to do that. However, I do think that if a man is in your life, he should be changing it for the better, because I mean, if nothing
He should
changes,
be adding
if
to
nothing
it.
adds or elevates with
I
him
agree.
being in your life, what is the point?
But that also doesn't equate to necessarily all financial. You know what I'm saying? There's other ways to enhance or
But
elevate
finance
somebody's
is the main
life
one.
or whatever. But it's just
Finance
like,
is the
don't
main one?
feel
You think
like
so?
you
He can
supposed
pay
to.
for her to take a class.
But
He
you've
can
never-
What if I
we
inspire
live
a
in
lot?
America.
What if I pick you up every morning? Every morning
Pay
you
her,
wake up
rent her
and
shop.
you don't fully believe in yourself, and I say every morning, listen, you got this shit. Don't be scared.
I understand that stuff is important.
That's
right?
It's very important to lift
It
your
is
ass
very,
up.
It is very important. But all
Oh,
that stuff that you're talking about,
providing
finances, we
mental-
live in America. We know that money is the foundation of most things. So that's why I'm saying that's the only reason why. Because if fucking, I don't know, goats was the currency, then it'll be fucking goats. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about, oh, it's money. That's the thing that you can measure. That is the thing that you can quantify. That is the thing that you can put on the table that is undeniable. All that extra emotional shit is important. but it's not important more than
I think
the
so
money.
because if a nigga,
So the money rules
if a nigga gotta finance you for you to do better, you don't want to do better on your own. And I feel like that's wild to me. Like you should want to get out here and get it. And a nigga see you trying to get out here and get it. And he want to help towards that. Then that's cool. But I feel like
Sabre
for you
could
to
be
just
bought,
come
you
and nigga
guys.
with palm, for you to
what she
come with
said.
it to a nigga with palms
least I
up, like
know
you
my
feel like
price.
he's supposed to do A, B, and C for you off the strength. I think that's kind of wild when you're not willing to get
Okay,
out here and get it for yourself.
So what if a nigga comes to you like that? Because I feel like I lived a very nice life, and I feel like all the guys that I've dealt with, they know that, and they know that they can't come.
I think you set the tone for yourself also.
for sure.
They
I feel
they
like I'll
always
get out
come.
here and get it regardless. So if you want to
Yeah.
contribute to that, more power
That's
to
nice.
it. But it's going to get done whether you're around or not. And I think
mean,
that's
yeah,
but
let me-
that's the women
let
she's
me
talking about. The
finish.
bitches who it's not going to
Yeah.
get done if you don't come
Because
around.
I feel like they always come like ready to do stuff, and then it'd be like, I ain't asked you to do that, but they. I
So
don't know how to
you don't want
explain
them to do that?
No, it's not that I don't want them to, but it's like they kind of like hold them like I did this. It's like I didn't ask you to do that. I didn't need you to do that for me. You did that on
that's
your
the
own.
niggas who do it to hold it over
see
your
if you hold it over your head,
Oh, you hold it over
that's,
your
that's
head? Oh,
speaking
yeah,
something
nah,
else
nah,
because
nah,
you're
yeah.
supposed to the things that you do. It's not supposed to be well. I did this that for you unless they try to play you and be like, well, you ain't done nothing, bitch.
I feel
I
like
did
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit.
Right.
That's the
Equally
only
abusive
time.
though. Like
No,
But I
for
ain't
sure.
counting favors, you know what I'm saying? For real. If
Yeah.
I do it because I fuck with you. I'm not counting no favors. But the women, if you can't do it for yourself, and you're not willing to do it for yourself, you shouldn't have your hand out for somebody else to do it. 'Cause you come on, dog. With the niggas who got it like that, what the fuck they want with you?
That's true, because you got to still earn your keep, and you still got to upgrade that nigga in a way. It may not be financially, because I don't believe in financially upgrading niggas, but you're supposed to add value to his life in a feminine way as well. So I do stand by that. The next one is by Ari. Her name on here is Ari the Don. I think she's the one who's dating all the rappers. She said, "I wish I
Turbo
was."
baby mama.
She was like, "I wish I would stop saying I only talk to niggas with money.
duh.
Like, duh, bitch." I giggle.
I love that little hood rat.
She got her own money
What's
though.
another person who I'm kind of
That's
annoyed that
another
they
thing.
made
Like,
a thing.
I feel like when you have your own money, dating other niggas with money, like people be looking at you like, oh, she just. But that's her level. Like,
I don't know. She just annoys me.
I feel
in
that
general.
too.
she is irritating.
It's just
But
like
she got her own money. Who else is she supposed
you
to date?
require because you could do it. Like so,
Absolutely.
she got her businesses and all her little hair stuff, and she getting
sell
booked
clothes,
for
lingerie.
clothes,
Oh, I don't know.
all
I
types
don't
of
keep
stuff.
up with her. So
I don't
she
either,
just
but I
annoys
know
the
someone
shit
that
out
told
of
me
her.
a lot about what they got going on.
So
But
this one comes from at Sonny M. Hoffa. He's speaking of money. He says, "I need to get out of this BM baby mama car for 2020." He said, "Hold on. I'm sorry. Niggas pull up at the light, be upset that I'm not cute. A cute little admirable security guard with box braids."
Hey, yeah.
just grab Yada.
What kind of car he got?
First of all, chill off me. My braids is out.
He got the Ultima.
He got the
black
auntie
on
joint.
black Ultima.
And I don't drive an Ultima, so you don't do me like that.
He got the auntie joint. Oh my
Okay.
God.
That was addressed this tweet. Shout out to Sean. Sean working on this mixtape. We might play one of his songs when he comes back. So
security guard with box braids. I hate
yeah.
them
So
much.
before we get out of here, because we have a special guest, this is her first time. Shout out to Amira once again, and we'll put her at name in the description. So, what is the topic that you wanted to bring? Something that you feel like
I
we
wanted
should be,
She
talking
ready.
about.
She
Yeah, she
ready.
ready as shit.
She had that
Hold
joint in the
on,
dress.
hold on.
I wanted to talk about grief, and I think my phone died. But I just seen something when I was about to say something about it. Oh, it just died. It
Don't worry
said
about
there's still grief involved with letting a toxic person go. And it's like I felt dealt with grief because like my mother died, and my parent died, but like just dealing with everything after that, like breakups and relationships. I was just like, damn, like I've really been grieving a long time, and I didn't realize that. Like that changed my whole everything.
So for people who don't know, of course there are levels to grief. You know, you have the most severe, like if you lose someone like to death, then if you lose someone like a relationship or something like that. But people may not look at it as grief. So can you talk a little bit about
definitely grief.
the grief that
So,
may
like,
not be looked at as
You ever
the
heard
obvious?
somebody say that girls they leave relationships before they actually like walk out? I feel like you grieving, like you're still in it, you're not happy, you're trying to work it out, you're trying to figure it out. Like that's you definitely grieving. Like you're definitely like, okay, this might not work. If you have any
It's crazy. I
Inclination.
never
Yeah.
thought of the word grief when you said that. Like I just like, you going through your emotions. You're going through the emotions, and I call that shit gay too. So
I was grieving.
No, you've grown.
No, I've grown, but I'm still gonna say it's gay. Like it is what it is. Like I can
feel
say,
like when my mom was sick, I was grieving even before she died. Like, but I didn't realize it. Like I was doing stuff to avoid it. I wasn't coming home. I was traveling a lot. I was like always at my friend's house because I didn't want to sit and see that. Like,
and then sit and soak in what's really happening in reality.
Like so, sometimes avoiding the situation, you're grieving. Like, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Because it's different stages, right?
Okay, so one of my boys, right? It's on the same exact topic. He was saying how he started going out a lot, partying a lot, and he was like, this girl told him like, yo, what you grieving over? Like, what's wrong with you? He was like, nothing. But he just broke up with the girl that was gonna be his wife, like, and he's older. He's probably like 40 something. So I'm like, yo, bro. He's like, yo, bro. You know, I feel like I'm going through something. Like, she told me this, and I was like, you're not dealing with it, but instead you coping with it by partying. And I realized it because I kind of been doing that a lot lately. I was like grieving over something too, and I was just like, I'm gonna go out, get my mind off it. Like, yo, Dave,
you grieving a breakup. You like, I'm about
going out. We doing this because you like
do everything but sit home and think about it and be sad.
Yeah, but then you actually just gotta you gotta go through the emotions.
Yeah,
like, you have to.
That shit hits. And when it comes,
especially long car rides,
it's no skipping it. It's gonna come at some point, and when it comes, you be like.
Yeah, because at some point you gotta sit the fuck down. Like, you know what I'm saying? You all turned up, but at some point you're gonna have to sit the fuck down.
It's my wig?
And no.
It's a bug.
No. Don't mind me.
Okay.
Yeah, at some point you gotta sit down, and when you sit down, you gotta deal with it. So you really just might as well go ahead and face the emotions head on and just get it out the way. Start the process, because it might not be as tough as you think it's gonna be, but if you feel like, oh no, I can't get through this, you're gonna keep ducking and dodging. That shit gonna still run up on you.
I didn't even realize I was grieving until I like watched somebody else doing the same exact thing to me. And then I was just like, damn. I know exactly what they're going through. Like, I can't hold them for what they're doing because I know exactly what they're going through.
It's a quote that says, grief is the price to pay for love. And it doesn't necessarily mean death, but I really do think that is true, because anytime that you have a situation where you love someone, whether it's family or significant other, friend or whatever, like I do feel like at some point you will grieve some part of that situation or relationship or whatever like that. And I really think that's true. I think it's a natural part of life, but different people deal with shit in their own different way.
Yeah.
Dave, let's go to get some drinks, man. We out this shit.
No.
Homie, want to talk about that today.
I almost shed a tear.
One little grief.
Deep in shit on us.
Yeah.
So I don't like talking about this gay ass shit.
Okay, shout out to the homosexuals, but this is not gay, okay? This is emotional.
They know I don't mean nothing about that gay shit.
When we say gay, it's more of like a
pussy.
Just stop talking.
Yeah, we just gotta stop
before you get us fucking banned from all platforms.
I think you gotta.
This is no disclaimers. Y'all told me that my first time. No disclaimers.
Yeah, and that sound good until you know this band like shit. Like, come on, relax.
Yeah.
I'm about to be a third.
I think that
member, fuck it.
When you're grieving, though, you just gotta be very like self-aware, and that's hard to say because even now I look back and be like, damn, like I see it now. Like, you got to be very present to know what you're...
in the moment, though. You blinded. You like, I'm on go.
But, like, once you realize it, moving forward, like, you have to be present. Like, all right, I respond like this. These are my triggers. How do I not do this moving forward? Because you can really fuck up some relationships when you're grieving. And it's like, you not doing that on purpose. That's just, like, you got your own shit going on.
But isn't it good to, like, embrace it? Like,
it's good to embrace it, but... That shit is hard. Sitting home,
that's what I was thinking. It's hard to embrace that.
That shit is, you gotta do that shit on your own time. And you can't tell nobody else how to grieve. That's another thing, because, like, the person that I'm watching do it and it has done it to me, like, I've been through this, but I can't tell you how to feel. Everybody deal with that shit differently, and I can't tell you, like, what you're doing. You're not gonna be receptive to it. It's no point. Like, I really gotta just let you, not hold you, and just let you have your moment and forgive you and love you like somebody did for me.
I don't know. I'm not saying you can tell people how to grieve, but you can tell them, you know what I'm saying? You can reflect on your experience and you can let somebody know, like, hey, look, I know what you're going through, but avoidance is, you can't avoid it forever. Yeah. Like, kind of sometimes people need that reality check because drugs. Some people have convinced themselves that they can continue to live like that and they'll never have to deal with it. And it's like, sometimes you just got to put shit, you got to put people shit in their face.
But
like,
also, the person giving you the reality check, that got to be the person you're listening, like you're willing to listen to.
Yeah.
So anybody can tell you anything, and it's
true.
not going to click until it's that person who you respect enough And it's
That's true, but I feel like me, if I see it, I'm gonna speak on it. What you choose to do with it is ultimately on you, but I feel like I can't go to lunch on an opportunity to tell you, hey, look, I see you avoiding it. You really can't duck it. It's gonna hit you. You might as well just try to find a healthy way to start the process. You know what I'm saying? If you need to talk to somebody, hey, look, I advocate therapy, mental health, all of that, because this shit, like, I'm somebody who benefited a whole lot from therapy. I used to have, I still have. It's not as bad. I used to have really bad anxiety. I used to have panic attacks. I used to have, and it was from me internalizing a lot of shit like that.
My anxiety is so bad now. Like panic attacks, it's not shit I've never had in my life. It's like I don't know what to do. I went to therapy. I go to church. I don't know. It's just something that's going to just have to pass at some point. Yeah. But it's like you can't really. Everybody handles shit differently.
And
I did all the steps. So it's like now what?
Shit.
This got real serious.
It really did. I know.
We should all get a drink.
But before we leave, we do have to go. And thank you so much, Mimi, for joining us. And you have to come back. Okay, you are a family member now. So, but before we leave, I want to leave us with you all with a quote that I found on Twitter by Tonight One or whatever. Tony Tone. It's a female. She says, "It's always worth remembering that the world is bigger than your city, your country, your continent. What is normal to you isn't normal to everybody. What is strange to you isn't strange to everybody. There's a big wide world outside of your bubble. Learn about it." And that's been our show. This is No Disclaimers Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and all our individual platforms. And we will see you next week, baby.